Today I'm going to be listening to Ave Maria by Dimash, where I'm going to be talking you through some of the things that I'm picking up on as we go through it. Before we go ahead and get into the video, if you have a track or an artist that you would like me to review, pop it into the comments. Also, if you like new music and you want to hear more of it, go ahead, check out my main channel, Pure Urban Music, link in the description below. 100% of the royalties do go directly back to the artist, so if you want to get involved, you want to show your support, then go ahead and check that out. Let's get it. Okay, right, so before we actually get into the meat of the performance, I just want to say really good job on building the anticipation here, right? Lots of percussive sounds, right, and instruments opening us up. We've got this consistent bass line just playing this one note throughout. We've got the heartbeat there as well. And you put all of those together and it does a really good job. Not only in terms of just opening up the performance, but in building that anticipation for essentially when we get into the meat of it. So yeah, absolutely banging start. Love the breathiness in the vocals there. Spot on. Okay, right, so let's kick off with some opening thoughts. And let's go with the obvious, right? Absolutely stunning vocal performance by Dimash here, right? Absolutely spot on. And the thing is, I think, you know, just don't expect anything else really, right? It's amazing, it's incredible, it's brilliant, it's excellent. All of these, you know, describing words, right, that can be used to essentially describe just how brilliant this is, right? So spot on vocal performance from Dimash. Right, love the pianos that have come in, right? And I like the fact that we've got lots of key changes, because what that means is then we get a lot of variety within the arrangement and within the instrumental, but also we get a lot of variety in terms of range from Dimash as well. Really like the use of those big drums, right? And look, I've only watched 3 performances so far, but the use of drums, right, especially big drums, seems to be quite a common theme within his performances, right? And that's not a bad thing at all, right? It's actually a good thing, because using big drums, right, or drums of any sort, but especially in a live performance, is a really really good way to transition you into a shift or a change within the arrangement or the performance, or if it's a song, a track, right? But another good thing about using those big drums is that it can, within a very short period of time, help create a build up, right? But also then an impact for when that transition or that change actually takes effect. We've had some choirs come in, which is just absolutely stunning. And they add a real nice vocal layer, but also a depth and a warmth to the performance. But what I particularly like is the way that they're interchanging between the male vocals and the female vocals. But it's not just that, it's the actual execution of when that change is happening and the impact that it's having on the performance, or the desired impact. So yeah, listen, so far it's stunning, it's beautiful, and it is absolutely banging. Listen to that female choir there. Now the male. Okay, right, so there is a perfect example of how he uses those big drum transitions to then build on the track, right? Sorry, on the performance. So you heard it there, right? You had this kind of, it almost started off quiet, then it got bigger, and then we had this massive hit. And as the hit comes in, we've now got other musical elements in there, but the thing that's standing out to me the most is we got this drummer boy type beat, which is now in the performance itself, or within the arrangement. The choir as well is also much more prominent. So yeah, perfect example of how to use those big drums to create a transition, but also then build on the track even more, so it's bigger and fuller and much more impactful. Again, spot on. Drums again. Go on, man. That's insane, man. Absolutely. Just absolutely spot on, banging, perfect. Okay, so final thoughts on the performance. The first thing for me is the vocal performance of Dimash. It's amazing, it's brilliant, it's all of these strong describing words that allow you to express the absolute excellence that is his vocal performance. I actually wasn't expecting it to be delivered in the way that it was, you know, just purely because in the previous videos that I've seen, you know, he's out and he's actually dropping lyrics, right? He wasn't doing that here, but actually that's good because it's refreshing, it's something different, and yeah, it just continues to blow me away how he can essentially go through that entire performance, hit notes that, you know, most really good singers could only dream of hitting, but also do it without any bum notes or anything like that. So yeah, vocally spot on. Second thing for me was the arrangement itself. I really liked, well, several things about it, but I think if I had to pick out a couple of key things was, one, how they built the track out. So we start off where, you know, we've just got the pianos, then it builds, we get extra instruments come in, we get the choir come in, it builds again, we get much more of a beat, we get a drummer boy rhythm that comes in, and it just continues to build and build and build. But it's done in a way, again, which is, you know, to perfection. It doesn't get too cluttered with instruments where you get to the point you're just like, do you know what, actually I can't listen to this anymore. There's just way too much going on. So they do a really good job of building it, but they also do a really good job of knowing when to cut that off. And we get that at the back end there, where Dimash actually then finishes you know, his kind of vocal performance, where it's pretty much just him. I also like the use of those big drums, and I know I mentioned this in the video, but really good utilization of them. One, to transition into those bigger pieces as the arrangement is being built out, but two, to kind of really help create a build up and an impact when that change and that shift actually happens. Okay, that's it from me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will see you in the next one.